Chanoch was one of the first generation between Adam and Noah. It says in the Torah he was gone because Hashem took him. Whoever is able to read Aramaic, if you look in Targum Yonatan on the Torah, that is Yonatan ben Uziel, which is one of the Tanaim, he says there, like on this small pasuk, he brings a few lines, a whole paragraph, that is explaining that he was a leader. I don't know if a nation or a certain group, he was a leader. And at a certain point, he got a call from Hashem, and he was like going with that, and they were following him, and then they were looking on him, and they saw him that he turned to be fire, turned to be an angel, which is Matat, and then Ron. We don't say it together because it's names of angels according to the Arizal. We don't say it straight unless you have a person that is called in this name, like Gabriel or Michael. So you have people like that, so then you can say it. But otherwise, we don't say names of angels. It's true that we have midrash like that Chanoch became to be this angel. Okay, and this angel, Matat, is one of the biggest angels. He's called in the Gemara, he's calling him Sarapnim, the interior minister of the world. He have a big job. There's so many sources about him in the Zohar, in the Gemara. I found many sources. I have a book that is called Sefer Chanoch, the book of Chanoch, okay, that we don't know exactly if Chanoch himself wrote it. In this book, you have all kinds of interesting things that many people find very, very fascinating. The Gemara is telling us an interesting story that one of the biggest sages in the time of the Mishnah was Elisha ben Abuya. He was one of those that he had this ability to elevate his consciousness into the spiritual realms and to see what's happening there. And he went into a certain chamber, and he saw someone sitting on a throne. So he was sure that that's Hashem. He saw an image, someone sitting on a throne. He was sure he saw Hashem. So he bent down and he was bowing down to this identity. But this identity was really Matat, the angel that was Chanoch before. So because he was bowing down to the angel, so in a certain way, it's like idol worshipping. Now, we know that Elisha ben Abuya, he had all kinds of problems. The Gemara is discussing all of his issues in different places because basically he left the Torah, he left the way of the Torah in a certain point, unfortunately. We see from that even big people can make mistakes. The fact that he was a big sage, he was a big Talmid Chacham, big rabbi, one of the biggest, and he made a mistake and he took a wrong turn. The fact that he have a good sources and a good rabbis and all kinds of things that are good doesn't mean that it stays good. Don't take anyone, and including yourself, for granted. You have to pray to Hashem to keep you on the right track and to be loyal to the truth. And the Gemara is telling us that because it made a problem, Matat was sitting on a throne. So first of all, Matat got a very strong punishment for that, and there was a decree that was made in that point of time that there will not be any angel that is sitting on a throne. From that point, there's no angels that are sitting on a throne. Why? Because we see that some human beings, they are doing meditation and they have real vision, that they really see those angels, and if they see someone like that, so they can make a mistake to think that it's really Hashem. That's it. That was the decree that was made. One of the early books of the Kabbalah is called Pirkei Echalot. And Pirkei Echalot is like a meditation diary. When I'm teaching meditation, so I'm recommending everybody to make a diary and to write the date and what they experienced, what is the technique that they used for the meditation and what was their experience. It's a good thing to do. So we have a meditation diary of Ishmael Kohen Gadol. You heard about Ishmael Kohen Gadol? One of the biggest rabbis around the time of Rabbi Akiva. The Romans killed him. There's a whole long story about how he was killed. A lot of pain and suffering. But he was a big Torah scholar, a big rabbi, one of the biggest Tanaim, and also Kohen Gadol, high priest of Am Yisrael. So you understand that he was in a very, very high spiritual level, obviously. And there in Pirkei Echalot is describing his experience when he was speaking with Matat. He was doing with his meditations elevation, and he got to see and to speak with Matat, and Matat was taking him to all kinds of chambers in the heavens and tell him, look, this chamber is this is the function of this chamber, and this is the angels of this chamber, and like a lot of information of the structure of the heavens and angelic hierarchy, and it's a very, very interesting book. You see also from there that there was people, like the highest levels of rabbis, they were able to communicate and to receive true information from Matat, and that's fine, that's legit. If it's done right, and if it's true, and if the person is a very, very high level and very righteous and so on. So that's one thing. Now, and this is a book that is accepted. Now let's go back to the book of Chanoch. So the truth is that I'm not 100% sure of what I'm saying, but according to my understanding, the book of Chanoch is one of what we call Sfarim Chitzonim. Sfarim Chitzonim is literally, it means external book. There was a lot of wisdom that the sages had, all kinds of books, and some of the books they accepted, some of the books they left out. Whatever they left out is called Sfarim Chitzonim, the external books. The Gemara in Masechet Sanhedrin says that someone that is learning in the external books, en lo chelek la'olam haba, is losing his portion in the world to come. So it's a little bit strange, because like, is it true? It's not true. If it's true, let me learn it. If it's not true, so tell me it's not true. It's like some kind of a mixed message here. Those books are problematic. It doesn't mean that it's not true, but it's problematic, so people can make mistakes. Therefore, the sages said no one should learn it. Again, it doesn't mean that it's like 100% prohibition, like we have like all kinds of prohibitions in the Torah, that we shouldn't eat non-kosher, whatever it is, all kinds of things. That it's clear that it's a clear prohibition. Here it's not a clear prohibition. It means that basically people shouldn't learn it. But it could be that in a certain point, a certain time, there will be some rabbi that is able to use something of it.